Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to our 12 Days of Simsmas series. So from now until Christmas Eve, we're going to have a new fun and festive build every day to get us in the holiday spirit. Today is day 6, I think. Kind of losing track with the days already, but that's fine. So what we're doing today is we're actually building a Christmas tree shaped house today. This turned out a lot better than I expected, to be honest. When I originally had this idea, I wasn't really sure how I wanted to go about doing it, but then I figured this would probably be the best way to make like a functional-ish house. I'm not entirely sure how functional it is. I've not playtested it. But this is actually one that was built on stream, so once again, I apologise if the resolution is maybe a bit off, but, you know, we have to work with what we've got. I did have some trouble picking, you know, what roof and wallpapers and things I wanted to use, because I did want it to look good, but it's also kind of hard to see it in the snow. That's the downside of building in winter. I think I've mentioned this before, maybe I haven't, but I do wish when you're in build mode the snow didn't appear, because I only really want the snow for screenshots. For building, it's a pain, but again, beggars can't be choosers. From what I originally had in mind, this Christmas tree house turned into something a bit different, but I'm very happy with the outcome. So in a little while, you're probably going to see me adding in a cowplant. And this is because on stream, one of my channel point redemptions was used. Podrick's Bat suggested, well, she picked the cowplant redemption. Now, normally what that channel point redemption does is that we would kill a sim with a cowplant. But since we were building, what I did was added the cowplant into the build. And we have a cowplant kind of dungeon, but in the attic. And we also have a cowplant as the star of our tree. Though with having the cowplant as the star, I had to redo the whole roof because his little tendril bits were poking through. And it was not the vibe, you know, it wasn't what we were looking for. So I kind of rearranged everything. And I do still think it looks like a tree, maybe not as tree-like as it could have, but I love the cowplant star and I think that's a fun addition. I think at this point here is probably when it looks most like a tree though. The windows and doors kind of ruined it, I'm not gonna lie. I did have fun decorating it though. I do have screenshots at the end, but I've accidentally done something with the lighting when I was trying to get the baubles in the tree to light up and look cool. I think I changed all the lighting in the lot to be blue, and yeah, the inside looks strange now, but it's actually all green, the inside. I picked green. Since the outside was green, I just kind of ran with it. So we have like an entirely green house. I've added some other colours in here and there, but it's mostly an entirely green house. I've had fun doing these weird builds though, I've really enjoyed it. This one was a lot of fun. It's fun just to sort of test the capabilities of the game. Like I realise with, oh, there's our cowplant in. I did cut that part out of the video just when I was looking in the gallery for a cowplant and things. But yeah, I understand that in regards to sort of other people's builds, I'm probably not testing the capabilities as much of some of them. Like for example, people who use the tool mod and know how to use it effectively, they can do way cooler things in build mode than I can. And it's almost like we're not even playing the same game. I'm kind of considering getting the tool mod just to see what I can do with it and see the fun things I can make out of debug. But I don't know. I've also just hid the mailbox and the dustbin, or the trash can even, behind the house because I didn't really want that, you know, ruining things. So here I am trying to slot the cowplant into the roof and realising it looks awful. And it's when I try and fix the shape. So I mean, I had some trouble and it does lose a bit of its tree shape, but I think it kind of works out in the end. We managed to tweak the roof in a way that it doesn't look so bad. Or I guess that's how I left it. Oh, oops. It looks better at the end, maybe. Perhaps. Who knows? But yeah, this was a fun one. This was a fun one. I really enjoyed it. I am enjoying doing the festive builds, but at the same time, I'm having sort of so much inspiration to build other things. So I'm quite excited to explore that. So with the 12 Days of Simsmas, obviously I'm going to have 12 videos going up in a row, and then it's going to be Christmas and my birthday. So I don't actually know how many videos we're going to have for like the rest of this year. I don't know if Simsmas will be our last one, or if I'll be able to squeeze something else in. I'm not sure at the moment. I will be going home for Christmas, so basically once I go home, you know, that's me done for the year. Videos and streams will sort of be postponed while I'm home, and I'm just going to take a holiday for Christmas. I might do a stream on my birthday. I'm not entirely sure. It kind of depends what I'm doing and, you know, what I feel like doing. But I'll be taking like my laptop and stuff with me, because like my mum is picking me up and taking me home, just because public transport's a bit too risky this year. I don't drive, so normally what I'll do is I will like get all my Christmas presents shipped up to my mum's house, and then, you know, we'll take public transport and we'll go home. But with my mum being quite high risk, and obviously the pandemic is still in full force, public transport is just far too risky this year. So with not having to take trains and everything, and not having to worry about luggage, I can kind of take whatever I want home, and I can also take whatever I want back. So I'm kind of wanting to try and take my PlayStation 2 back down the road with me, just so, you know, just so we can play it. And I've got some really cool old games I'd like to revisit. I'm not entirely sure how well I'd be able to stream them. I am getting a capture card for Christmas. Spoilers, but Santa's told me that's what I'm getting. So I don't know how it's going to work with it, but I'll be interested to see it, because I've got like the Simpsons Hit and Run, and I've got some of the old Harry Potter games, and I've also got the Sims Busting Out. So it's definitely something I would be looking to stream if I can figure it out. Also, if I can get my PlayStation 2 to work with modern TVs. I don't know how many of you had like a PlayStation 2 or an old console in general, but they had like SCART sockets, and modern day things mainly have HDMIs. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see if I can actually hook it up. Like, my boyfriend's just bought us a new TV for the living room, and it looks really cool. So I'd quite like to hook my PlayStation 2 up to that. But I'm gonna have to have a look at like the ports around the back and see if it at least has like the yellow, red and white AV adapter things. If it's got that, I can work with it. I do not expect any modern day TV to have a SCART socket. But if we have like the adapters, we can work with it. If not, I think my TV does. Like, we currently have 3 TVs. There's my TV, his TV, and now we've got a new one for the living room. So we've got 3 I can sort of look and see if I can get a PlayStation 2 hooked up to. But that's kind of what I'm thinking. I do also have an Xbox One at my mum's house I've been considering taking back. And we could maybe play something on there. I don't have as many games for that. And I don't play it often. Primarily, although I am a console gamer, I am a PlayStation gamer, and I really enjoy trophy hunting. So that's like what I do. So Xbox achievements don't have the same appeal to me, and a lot of the games I have on Xbox are just ones I really enjoyed from like last generation. So I mean, technically this generation for me, because I've not upgraded my console yet, but you know, it is what it is. Also, we're on to decorating the house now. I've just rambled on for ages. But we're inside now. I am obsessed with those kitchen counters. I used them for the first time in my build collab for Simming in the Six. They're building an apartment building, and they had like 5 people to renovate one of the apartments, and I was lucky enough to get one. You know, if you haven't seen that video, you know, wink, wink, check it out. And I've used those counters for the first time there, and I'm not gonna lie, I have overused them since. I think I've used them in about 4 builds since then, but they look so good, and I don't know why I've slept on them for so long, because they are now possibly one of my favourite counters in the game. They have a very specific look. You know, I don't imagine they would go in a lot of houses. They probably don't go in a Christmas tree house, to be honest. But I didn't want green counters. You know, that was a bit too much green. But I'm quite happy with how the furnishing turned out in this. I feel there was some awkward spaces that we had to try and fill, but for the most part, I think it did turn out quite well. I was never really sure what to do there. Originally, I did want to put a desk there, but where I've put the bathroom door, you know, a desk doesn't really fit in, and then I couldn't move the door because the way I'd set the bath up. I also really like the mirror wall behind the bath. I think that looks really cool. And I also kind of want to separate the front door a little, but we don't have a lot of space. So, you know, it's just kind of maximizing the space we do have. So I've kind of closed off one side, but I couldn't close off the other because that hallway is just far too small. Again, sorry if there's any like pauses in the video. I did try to cut out what I could and limit as many of them as I could, but at the same time, you know, this was built on stream, so there's a lot of pauses where I'm reading the chat or I'm doing something else, and it's very different to how I would build when I'm not streaming. I typically don't pause as much when I'm building by myself. I'll have something on in the background that I'll be watching, or you know, I'll be watching like my boyfriend play games or something, and then I'll just kind of plug away at a build and I will stay there until it's done. However, with streaming, it's obviously more of an interactive experience, I suppose. So I'm constantly talking with people, I'm constantly reading chat, you know, I'm doing other things, I'm not just building. So it's difficult to film like cohesive build videos while doing that because it goes a lot slower than, you know, normally. I actually think I've had to speed this footage up by ×8, if I remember rightly. Maybe it wasn't this build. I know I've done a couple of builds in one day, so I've been editing the videos at the same time. And one of them I had to speed the furnishing up that much because it took me so long. But, I mean, it is what it is. I think it was this one, and it doesn't actually look too bad. I think, I don't know, maybe it does. Maybe you're like, please never do this again. And if that's the case, just let me know if ×8's too fast. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah. We're on to the master bedroom now. I like how this turned out. I don't think that ladder's functional. I think I accidentally blocked it. But I never know what side a sim comes up the ladder. So I don't know if it is like that dresser that's blocking it, or if I put something in the corner that's blocking it. It might, well, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? I think I might have put like a cushion or something there. Or the plant. I don't know. I don't think that ladder is functional though. But I mean, I'm under no illusions that this house will not be widely downloaded. It looks like a Christmas tree and it has a cowplant dungeon. So I mean, realistically, nobody's going to want to play in it. I just did it for fun. I mean, if you do want to play in it, you know, more power to you, good luck. But I personally wouldn't play in it, so, you know, I'm no judgment if you don't want to either. So we're actually working on the outside now. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do in the upstairs. I originally was thinking we could maybe put like a music room or something, but then my stream chat said a cowplant dungeon is the only logical choice, and you know, I can't disobey them. So we ended up just shoving some cowplants in there. There wasn't really a lot of room to work with, so we just have 3 cowplants. It's not the most exciting thing, but I did what I could. I also tried to string these lights along the tree like garlands, but, you know, realistically, you wouldn't have them going straight along your tree like that. You'd have them kind of like zigzagging and draped, which I might have been able to achieve with the tool mod. I'm not entirely sure, but, you know, for the purposes of this build, it's fine that they're straight. I was also trying to find something that could act as baubles. Someone in my chat, I think it was Grim, I'm pretty sure it was Grim actually, she suggested the pool lights, which I was really in for, but then apparently when I saw the pool lights in the sort of build menu, I made a face, so we didn't use them. I also accidentally stopped recording when I was putting the Realm of Magic debug lights on. I thought that could maybe look like fairy lights. So the eco lifestyle wall lights, they're meant to be baubles. and then these are meant to be like fairy lights. And we've also sort of decorated the roof with like the fairy lights from the holiday box. And then we're just sizing up some presents and, you know, making it look a bit more like a tree. I think it's turned out quite cool. I like it. But yeah, we're actually at the end of the video. I didn't realise we got there so fast. But I really hope you guys have enjoyed this. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them down below. If you have enjoyed the video, please consider liking and subscribing. It would mean a lot to me, and it is free. And I will see you all tomorrow for the next 12 Days of Simsmas video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!